Welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Sri Lanka. We've come towards the end of our show. Hope you enjoyed the guest we had and the inspiring and also the insightful words they told about writing and literature and maybe even your contribution to literature in the years to come. We're going to come to as we have come to the end of the show, we're going to conclude. We're talking about the Olympics once again. London 2012 is really heating up. But one very interesting story comes from the United States where First Lady Michelle Obama offered a pep talk to the U.S. athletes who will be competing at the 2012 London Olympics. Now, when I said earlier that most of these countries who happen to be superpowers or hegemons or whatever you want to call it, have a lot of pride and ego involved in the Olympics, especially the country that receives the most amount of gold medals. It's a big deal. So for a long time, the United States, whether it was Atlanta, Athens, or Sydney, managed to have the most amount of gold medals. But Beijing ousted that reign in Beijing. Can they do it again? Well, Michelle Obama is trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Check this out.
I'm shaking.
Shaking?
I know. You're making me nervous.
You got a lot of medals. No need to shake. Thank you so much, everyone. Wow. I've never been introduced as an athlete, so that's pretty cool. But it's a little intimidating with you guys up here. I am beyond proud to be leading the U.S. delegation to the opening ceremonies in London this summer. And I want you to know that I'll be doing this both as First Lady, who is honored to represent my country, and I'll be doing it as a lifelong Olympic fan. See, one of my happiest memories center around watching the Olympic Games on TV when I was a little girl, cheering on Mary Lou and Nadia, and Carl Lewis, and so many others. So when I'm sitting in that stadium in London cheering on Team USA, I'll be thinking about all those young people cheering them on at home. I'll be thinking about the power of the games to truly inspire a generation, and I'll be thinking about how our Olympic and Paralympic athletes can serve as role models for our young people, as examples of the values we want our kids to learn. So this year, 1.7 million young people will be participating in Olympic and Paralympic sports in their communities. Many of these kids will be playing sports for the very first time, or some of these sports for the very first time. And that is so important because sometimes, as all of you know, all it takes is that first lesson or that first clinic or that first class to get a child excited about a new sport. All it takes is one opportunity, and once they're engaged, that's when coaches and instructors can step in and become mentors.
Well, that was a little clip. First Lady Michelle Obama from the United States giving a pep talk to the U.S. Olympic athletes as they're about to leave. It says that first step, that first passion that got them into the sport and now leading their country. It's amazing that even though they do have a great record, they want to continue to make sure that they are on top and doing great this year. So Olympics is going to be pretty awesome. It's going to be the battle between the United States and China and all the other countries, but these are the two that are really going after the top gold medal race. Once again, we want to thank you. We're coming towards the end of the show, but as I am leaving, I just want to remind you of the question for the week. We want to hear your comments. Come and join us on our Good Morning Sri Lanka Facebook page and share your comments on why do you think that the number of Sri Lankan athletes who have been selected or qualified to the Olympics is not at a great level right now. How can we improve in this journey in post-war Sri Lanka as more athletes are getting more opportunities? How do we continue to grow in this area? Just share your comments on the Olympics and Sri Lanka's participation. Once again, we thank you. Hope you have an awesome day. Join us again tomorrow, same time, same place on Good Morning Sri Lanka. This is Prashant Davis signing off from the Stein Studios in Ratmalana.